So in 2024, I'm going to have a lot of videos that are going to be surrounding the topic data backup. And I have one question for you. If you have a bunch of files on your computer that are containing pictures, videos, files, tax documents, all of the works, and you were to lose it today or anytime soon, are you able to replace that data as in if nothing had happened? If your answer is no, these videos are going to be for you, and I suggest you start watching them to get familiarized with how to back up data and where to go, where to look, what to get, and how to do it. And if you want to learn all that, stay right there. Where we're going to start is getting yourself an external hard drive. And just so happens, I did pick one of these up, and this is an external hard drive made by Western Digital. And this is a 16 terabyte version of it, and you can get it in a variety of different sizes, larger and smaller. There just so happened to be a very good Amazon deal on this, so I picked one of them up. The reason being, we do not want any internal drives hooked up to your computer right now, or even leave this plugged in 24/7, is because of ransomware, viruses, theft, flood, fire even, potentially. Any of those issues, you might be able to still restore it. This is a lot better chance than keeping it hooked up to your computer. And also keep this in a separate room, preferably a fireproof safe if you have one. Or you can keep these off-site. So bring it somewhere and grab it once a week, once a month, however often you need to back up data. You wouldn't believe this. I got this thing for $209 and it was a steal. Now this was closer back to the Black Friday, early December deals going on. And right now they're going for about $260 to $270, which is still a decent price for 16 terabytes. Now this is a mechanical hard drive. This is not a solid state drive. But nevertheless, this is a really good bargain. So let's get this thing opened up and check it out. So I'm just going to get your attention over here on Amazon first. I want to show you the price right now that it's currently going for at the time I'm videoing. So by the time this thing posts, the video posts, it could be a totally different price. So just keep that in mind, okay? So this is the 16 terabyte version to make it all the way up to 22 terabytes. Now this is going for $262.49, but this is sold by shipped from Amazon, but sold by the Team Group, or Tech Group, excuse me. But if you scroll down, if you want something that's sold and shipped by Amazon, you keep scrolling here, and we see right here it says new and used. And we can actually, right here, $264, shipped and sold by Amazon. So you could add that to the cart. I preferably like to have it shipped and sold by Amazon. You just get a better, sometimes if you buy it from a third party, if there's nothing wrong with it and you send it back, sometimes they can charge up to 10 to 15% restocking fee. So just keep that in mind. You can see that if you go up to an 18 terabyte, the price obviously jumps, but if you go from an 18 to a 22, the price doesn't jump nearly as much. It's on a really good sale right now. But you can get it down as low as 4 terabytes. If you don't have a lot of data, you may be able to. Now this one, you'd have to see other buying options to see where you can get it, but this is $129, 6 terabyte. So anyway, if we go to the 16 terabyte, then you go up here to URL, and you copy it, so Control-C on your keyboard, or right-click, and you can go to copy. And we go over here to a website called Camel. You can find up the price history on any Amazon product. That's great. So you come up right up here to the search box, and you do a right-click, and you select paste, and then you hit find or enter. Now this is going to come up with the most current best price for that. That's new. That is, and that's at the very top. But if we scroll down, we can see Amazon third party used. So you can get an idea of some of the prices there, but we can keep scrolling down, and now we have a history of how much this is sold for. It's sold as much as $450. And you can see right down here, the best price it's been is $209.99. So $210, I told you, is what I got it for. And that you can see was right at the end of November, beginning of December. And that's when I bought it. So right now it's not at a real high price, but it's not at like a basic price like right here would be a much nicer stable price. But Anyway, if you keep your eye on it, you may get it for a good deal. So anyway, that was just something I wanted to show you on Amazon and how to check prices out that can fluctuate and where you can get a good deal. All right, if we open the box here, you can see inside it kind of comes cradled in between two pieces of plastic. You just pull it out and we'll set that down. And in the box, kind of right next to it, has a little pull. I've had this out of the box already, so that's why it doesn't quite look as fresh as it should. It comes with your power adapter. It also comes with a USB cable. It comes with some literature instructions, but I never seem to use those anyway. Now with the cable that you get a Type A on one side, and you get this other funky connector that's kind of like a dual USB, micro USB, and it's got that extra. Basically, that's so they can get the speed out of it. Now, I did already do a speed test on this, like I said, but it performed very well, over 200 megabytes a second. So anyway, there's your connections on the back. You can see right where we plug in the power, the barrel plug for the power right there, and the USB. And it's also got a Kensington lock in case you want to lock this down to a desk. But anyway, we're just going to plug that in like so. We are going to plug this guy in like so. And I'm going to have to hook it up here to the She-Hulk. And that way I can reach a plug down here, and I can also plug it into this. So I'm hoping, actually we're going to put it right here. And it's a Type C. We should hear it. It's spinning up. I can hear it spinning up because it's a mechanical hard drive. Now this also comes with a 2-year warranty, limited warranty on it. All right, so we have the Elements. It's called Elements right up there. You can see it says F, and that's our Elements. It's empty. I haven't put anything on it. My goal is to use this for my Synology because I have a Synology with 2 hard drives in it right now that I have to upgrade to, by the way, and that'll be in a future video. But this is going to serve a purpose of backing up my Synology. So we're going to open up Crystal Disk Mark. We are going to do a test on the F drive. And let's just do the top sequential reads, sequential writes, and see what the test does. Now again, I've already done this, and I've gotten about 200 to 210, I believe. Yeah, there we go. 210.76 to 11. All right, now we are preparing the sequential writes, so we should be getting somewhere close to the same with the writes. Now look at that, we just got done, 211, 211, perfect. It's in great working condition so far, and we have a 16 terabyte, so that's going to take a long time to fill, but I am doing backups of very large files, hundreds of gigabytes at a time. So it's gonna get used. As we look at this thing is whisper quiet. I don't really hear, I hear a little bit because it is a mechanical hard drive, but it's still very, very quiet. All right, one thing I did want to point out on this is it is very fingerprint sensitive. Look at all of that. I hope it's coming out on camera, but I mean, oof. So there are other options out there. You can get this more of like a matte black, and also Seagate makes a really good external hard drive options out there. So and one thing I just noticed, see on the back here, it actually has a power button. So, but when I hook it up, I don't have to use it. I don't know, that's just the way it came. I suppose if you were gonna leave this hooked up, in other words, you're gonna leave it plugged in, you're gonna leave the USB cable plugged into your computer, you can just shut off the unit, and that way you can just turn it on when you have to. Now that is another option if you wanted to keep this near your computer and do a backup, but I always recommend putting something like this somewhere else. Now, this is kind of designed to just stay next to your desktop, so Maybe even an option would be to get 2 of them. And that'll be in a future video, because you want to use, what I like to use is the 3-2-1 method, which involves 3 backups, and you basically keep 1 on site, 2 off site, and that's kind of how it works with me. I usually keep 1 in the computer, I have 1 offline, and then I also have 1 off site, whether that be cloud storage or just physically do your backup, remove it from the site. Because in case something happens to your place, are you still going to be able to restore your stuff? It's just something to think about. All right, well, that's going to kind of wrap it up for me, and stay tuned for some future videos. I'm going to show you exactly how to back up this stuff, what software do I use, and where do I keep them, and yakety yak, because sometimes it can get a little confusing when you're first doing it, but never fear, PK is here. And I will take care of you. You just got to watch what I do, and I've already demonstrated on how to back up some, and I have some older videos on backing up stuff. And actually, I have one of restoring one probably a little less than a year ago, so go ahead and check that out if you want. And that was just backing up and restoring some data onto a PC. Very simple. It was like nothing was lost. I mean, nothing was lost. So, anyway, feel free to leave a comment down below, give this thing a thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you have not subscribed anymore, and hit that little bell icon next to the subscription button to get notified for any future videos. And until next time, take care.